Hey everyone, welcome back. It is time for another wrestling review, our second review of the week. With me once again, we have Campo.Reviews, the man who reviews movies, TV shows, everything else in between. Go check out his stuff in the description box down below. While you're down there, give this video a like, give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already, give us a subscribe. And if you haven't, go follow us on Spotify for the audio version of this podcast. Today, we are talking NXT Vengeance Day.
Yeah, NXT Cash in the Bank,
Cash in
Cash
the
in
bank,
the Vault.
cash in the vault,
Um,
Gringotts.
this was a thing.
It was a thing. Let's start right into our first match. Stephanie Vecker challenging Fallon Henley for the NXT Women's North American
Okay.
Championship.
I gave you mild spoiler in the last review. If you didn't watch
hmm
it, go watch
And
it.
we love Stephanie Vecker.
No. This match as a match was perfectly fine.
hmm
It was perfectly fine, but it was 99.8% carried by
By
Stephanie
Steph.
Vacour because Fallon Henley could barely even keep up with what was happening in the match. Like
Oh
even when
yeah.
all her job was to do was sell, she didn't do it well. And I'm gonna say
No.
this, and I don't get this often, and I don't mean to be very rude about this, but sometimes like it just happens. Some people are
Yeah.
not made to be wrestlers, and
Fallon Henley.
Fallon Henley reminds me of the diva era of WWE where
Like a
they
Kelly
literally
Kelly type of
could
thing.
not wrestle.
Yeah.
Like she has no business in the ring with wrestlers.
Yeah.
It was her performance is the right now I'm saying it single worst performance I saw by an individual wrestler this entire year up to now.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Her selling was absolutely terrible. Like she doesn't know how to work with someone as seasoned
They
and
gave
good.
her a belt.
Yeah.
She's so bad that she is the biggest botch thing that WWE fans like to point at and make fun of about AEW for her one random performance for being a
Yeah.
hometown person
I
that
think
they
I think
picked up.
she's next on the cutting block.
Oh, for sure. That's why they took the title.
Yeah.
For sure. And that's why they paired up what's her face with JC Jane as well, so that when she leaves, it won't affect them. They could just leave those two together
Yeah,
as a tag
Jasmine
team.
Nix and JC Jane. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they're going to kick her out of the group and then once they kick her out of the group, that's it. I think that's
Yeah.
she's going to be
Because
released.
if you watch it, like this is not to be disrespectful, you can tell that JC Jane only exists there to be a piece of ass. Like that's
Yeah.
their goal with her is just like, oh, she looks good, so we're not gonna cut her yet. That's how I see that.
Yeah.
Like Fallon Henley is like at the point where you've done literally nothing for us. I
Yeah, and
don't
especially
understand
the
why
way
they're
this
holding on to
division
her.
is now, like she doesn't belong there.
And it's fine. Like I said, I don't mean it to be like I'm being super rude, but we have to be honest about it. Like I
Yeah.
watched the match. It wasn't
Yeah.
even a bad match,
No.
but
It just
as
her performance in
her
the ring was
individual
not very
performance was just so
so
poor.
bad. Yeah. So with that, we do get a new champ at least. Stephanie Vacour is your new
Oh, we
NXT.
had to be.
Yeah, there was no denying that. Um, so with that, we're getting a tag match for the NXT Tag Team Championship. Nathan Frazer and Axiom against Josh Briggs and Yoshiki Inamura. That's our boy, S&M boy from Noah. He challenged Kiyomiya a few months ago under a new name. Remember, he came back as
It's so
Yoshi.
funny. Do you remember how big he looked when he was S&M boy in Japan and we're watching with the other
Yep.
Japanese wrestlers and here he's the smallest guy in the ring like by a lot.
Like Josh Briggs is like 10 times bigger than him.
It's funny too because well Josh Briggs was way bigger than all of these wrestlers and I don't
Yeah.
remember him being that big of a guy.
Yeah, he's pretty big.
But
Let's say this match was amazing.
this
Like,
match was amazing.
I love
But
this
I
match.
want you to put this as on best tag matches of the year.
I was gonna say this has to be like as the more and more I'm watching Axiom, the more and more I'm getting behind them.
I think they have a really good chemistry together and I think that um what's his name Axiom, right?
Which one? Fraser and
Axiom is the other guy.
yeah,
He's was a really well rounded wrestler before they gave him this gimmick. Like when he was just the guy from
yeah.
Spain.
He was also before he even put on the mask, he was a kid.
Yeah, that's who I'm thinking of
Yeah,
too. There you go. You nailed it. Thanks.
yeah,
Um, he was he's a good wrestler, and I we've always said that Fraser was a pretty good wrestler,
yeah,
and he got overlooked a lot in that transition from UK NXT UK to here.
yeah.
Um, was he champion
He was
when he came
NXT.
over?
Yeah,
Right?
they
Yeah.
when they did that Worlds Collide, they did the
Yeah,
what's it
he was
called?
good, man.
They
That was
did
a good match. JD
the
McDonough, him and
yeah.
and what's his face? Braun Breaker.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a
JD
good match.
McDonough is so improperly used.
Yeah, he is. Too bad he's going to
Uh,
be out for a year now.
yeah, he'll get cut. He's gonna get cut. They don't care about him.
Yeah.
Um,
GD McDonough
it's
would be great in Japan. Put him in there as a junior heavyweight.
oh, I
Go to
love him in
TNA.
in Noah. I'd love him in Noah. I love both of those guys in Noah, Fraser and Axiom too. Put them all three
Oh
of them
yeah.
in Noah
I
as a
think I
as a
think they
group.
may go to Noah
Good, I would love
because like
that.
the way they're talking with Inamura and all that, I think they may go to Noah for a junior belt run. Why not? Do it.
Yeah, they should have left Omos there for longer because you brought him back and he's not even doing
No.
anything. Why he was on fire in Japan.
Yeah.
Anyways, um,
That's neither here nor there.
this match was really good,
Yep.
and this is to like this is to hammer home how good it was.
This was the match of the night for
Um,
me.
what's the guy's name? The tall guy,
Briggs, Josh Briggs,
Josh Briggs, was by far the worst person in this match, and
and he
he was
wasn't bad.
still really good.
Yeah.
So, but
Like
like you could clearly see he was
let's
not the
let's give
best
him
wrestler.
his due. Like he's improved a lot since coming back from Japan.
Yeah, because there's something about wrestling in Japan and seeing how hard they work for what they're doing
Yeah.
and like the respect they have for wrestling and as a sport and not
And
at
then
how WWE kind of treats it like it's all
a
it's a
spectacle.
soap opera. It's a big
Yeah.
entertainment show where we're going to do a lot of talking and very little wrestling. And in Japan they're like, if you don't figure out how we're going to get this match to be good, I'm going to slap the shit out of you.
Yep. And they did the little I mean the champs do retain. They did a little handshake at the end. Like we're gonna get
It was an excellent match. And
yeah.
then the four horsemen come out. I don't know who the hell these guys
Yeah.
are.
I was gonna say some new shitty I put new shitty faction.
It's I don't like it, and I don't like the fact that they tried to make them cover their faces, but all of them kept. I don't know if you
Yeah.
noticed this. There was like three or four of them. In the second time they come out, which spoilers are going to come out
Yeah.
again. Their one guy's mask accidentally falls off, but in
Yeah.
this one, people kept taking it off and then putting it back on, and I was like, why? Why do they
I
keep
don't
doing
and the
that?
thing is we don't even know who they are. Like I've
I
never
know,
seen
but
these guys.
I think they thought they're supposed to unmask now, and then kept realizing, oh shit, we're
Yeah.
not supposed to take
Supposed
our
to
masks
unmask.
off.
Yeah. But
But yeah, this is stupid. This is just their attempt to make another Nexus or something like that.
yeah. As we move along, Eddie Thorpe versus Trick Williams. Let's give you some history on Eddie Thorpe. He actually started in the LA dojo. Did you know that?
Yeah, I looked it up today.
Yeah, so he started in the LA dojo with the rest of the War Dogs. He was with Kevin Knight. He even challenged in 2019. He even challenged Lawler for the Strong Openweight Championship.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Well, it's probably
but
when Strong was a TV show.
yeah,
I don't know
and
if it's
he
still a
and he's
TV
dating
show.
Dakota Kai.
Well, she's gonna get cut soon, so he's
Yeah,
probably gonna go
he'll,
with her. He's okay.
yeah.
Uh, I think Trick Williams was a lot better than him in
Hmm.
this match, which is not something
I
I
know
like
how
to
much you
say.
love strap matches,
Not only did I hate the stipulation, I thought the match was fine.
but at
Like
least it wasn't the stupid one where you have to touch the four
yeah,
corners.
as a match, it wasn't bad. As a personal preference towards the two wrestlers they chose to be in this match, and then the stipulation, I did not enjoy this at all. It's a 0 out
No.
of 5 for me on personal enjoyability. But the actual match, like critically, was fine. It
Yeah,
was it was pretty good.
two
There
and a
was
half.
there was some good little moments. Trick did his trick things.
Yeah,
This is where he belongs for me.
in the
You can
mid
have
card.
him. You can have him being even in the main event picture, but he's not a title guy.
Yeah,
He's someone you just use to have feuds with people like you do with Drew McIntyre.
yeah,
Except Drew's better, don't get me wrong, I'm not making a
yeah, yeah,
comparison, but like that idea where it's like it's he might fight for the belt, but he's not winning the belt type of
yeah,
guy. And Thorpe proved that after the last match, which I hated him in,
yeah.
that he can at least
Give you
he actually
something.
can go. He can go if
Yeah,
he wants. So it's like it's fine. It's just it didn't come
I'm
together
sure if
for
he had
me.
the right opponent, it'd be much, much
Yeah.
better.
It was a fine match. Nothing
Thorpe
bad.
does win.
I
So with that, we are getting Ethan Page versus Javon Evans.
I okay. Another I personally didn't enjoy this match.
I just didn't care.
I think that for a lot of the crap talking that I mean not NXT specifically, I understand the NXT fans are a little bit different if you're like a
Yeah,
pure NXT guy. But like from the WWE universe, this whole oh, we don't like anything
Ethan Page is
that Will Ospreay does. He's so stupid. Meh, meh, meh. And then this guy literally is just Black Will Ospreay.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
his move set is the same
Same as
exact
Will
move set as Will
as Will
Ospreay.
Ospreay's. Yeah,
He does
the
the
Oz
stupid
cutter
overhead
and
kick, the Oz cutter, the thing off the ropes. Like
yeah.
he's the same guy.
The only thing he doesn't do is the hidden blade.
That's true. Um, we got a hidden blade into a one-winged angel. I just want everyone to know that that happened.
Yes,
Okay.
that happened.
But the match wasn't bad. But if you're giving
Yeah,
me like, what do I want in a match? I've come to this point now where I don't like. We've talked about this, and I do appreciate what he brings.
yeah,
I just don't want to watch Ethan Page anymore. I
yeah.
don't think his
We
matches
need
are so
we
super entertaining.
we need Josh in there and having them tag team. Even though the rumor is now he's going to AEW.
Yeah. Today there was more information on it that in the end to secure the deal, AEW offered more than WWE. So I'll spit out the rumor while we're here. Was that WWE offered him more money, but he wanted to wrestle in AEW because then he can go to Japan, which is what
Yeah,
he wants to do, and he'll get more free time to be with his family with
yeah, that makes
AEW.
sense.
But then the rumor is today that on top of that, AEW also offered more
Offered him
now
more.
than us. They offered him a second offer to make sure that he doesn't go to WWE,
Okay.
which for me, as a week to week watcher of AEW, I'm not super happy about because the character of
Where
Josh
does he fit
Alexander and
in?
his talking ability doesn't work, and there's nowhere for
No,
him.
no, there's not a
Even on
spot for him.
WWE, there's nowhere for him, but on he
No,
could be
but
on
there is
NXT.
at least there's an Ethan Page connection. You know what I
And
mean?
he on you could put him on NXT and he has a good place, but we
Yeah.
also don't want him on NXT, which
We got
is
Ricky Starks on NXT.
yeah, which that's another whole thing. Nobody knew who he was, but they all just cheered anyways.
Yeah.
So, I mean, congratulations if you
But
remember Ricky Starks from NWA.
NWA. Page does win. And speaking of pops, we get a little backstage segment and Santino.
Oh, that was fun. I like that.
He gets the biggest pop of the night.
Yeah. His daughter's outfit was distracting me a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why they put her like dead center in the frame of the camera. Like obviously they did it on
And
purpose.
she's dating Stax from the
That's
Angelo family.
unfortunate for her. Um, Another one of
Yeah.
why is he
Yeah.
here?
Why is yeah.
He needs to get cut bad. Anyways, the match was overall fine. I like that there was color even though it came the hard way.
Yeah. From Ethan
I
Page's
do
nose.
think I do think that early on, um, Ethan Page, when that happened, he got a little rattled because he made
Yeah.
it through the match. He's very professional. You could see he worked the match perfectly fine. But at the end, when the match ended, he looked like he was like, "Oh, thank God this is over." Like he looked
Yeah.
loopy and like I need to get out of this ring.
Well, the
Like,
Rock did tell him payback's gonna be a bitch.
yeah, there you go.
And he got his receipt. He got his receipt. Like I said, we had that little backstage segment where Santino got the biggest pop of the night. With that, we have a three-way match: Obafemi, Austin Theory, and Grayson Waller. Like, do they not have anybody to face Obafemi at this point?
So this is my thing with this match. Considering that it ended up being a handicap match, essentially,
Yeah,
you really devalued
the
okay,
A-Town Under.
Austin Theory was a manufactured push,
Yeah,
which is fine. He's still a really good wrestler in my opinion. Um,
he has the potential to be a decent mid-card wrestler.
he has the potential to be a future LA Knight. That's what he has the
Yeah,
potential to be.
mid-card. Yeah,
Yeah. And you're devaluing him, but it's okay because you've been devaluing him for a while since
yeah,
Vince has been gone. Grayson Waller did everything on his own and he's been nothing but devalued by WWE since
yeah,
then. He's a good in-ring worker, he's a great character, he's a great talker, and you let them get beat by Obafemi. Like it was
yeah,
borderline embarrassing, and it's not Obafemi's fine, but this is like the cookie cutter WWE push. He's the exact guy that every time you're like, why is this guy getting a push
yeah,
from WWE? It's always that character, that like big, muscly, can't really do anything
yeah.
guy.
It's Tony D'Angelo. It's the North American champion right now, right?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, man, but I'll take Tony D'Angelo over any of the rest of those two guys in the group.
Yeah.
You can,
Obafemi does retain. We knew nothing was going to come out of this.
yeah, it didn't make any sense to me. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
Uh,
know.
anyway,
It wasn't a bad match, actually. It
no,
was
that's
surprisingly
good.
entertaining.
Yeah. That's because Waller and and Theory are actually good in-ring workers, and they can give you a good match if they
Yeah.
really tried.
And we got I mean like crazy a 6 match card.
Yeah,
Like
surprisingly, because
congratulations to
we got
me.
another match. Match number 6 of the night. Julia defending the NXT Women's Championship against Bayley, Roxanne Perez, and Cora Jade.
And following super close behind Fallon Henley in the worst performance
Is
of the year
Cora
is
Jade.
Cora Jade, who
Yeah,
did nothing in this match except botch and looked
yeah.
like she couldn't wrestle or belong anywhere near a ring with
The
these
other
three
three,
wrestlers in it.
the other three, even Roxanne Perez, we've been saying like she's
Yeah,
improved.
we've been, and I poo poo on her all the time.
Hmm.
That sounded bad, but it was like the three of them were so in a different division in another entire wrestling
If it
company.
was just the three of them, I would put this into a contention for multi women's match of the year.
Absolutely. I
If
think
it was
that,
just the three,
and also like I all don't want to be. I mean, I don't care about being this guy anymore. Cora Jade came out. Okay, I saw her on TNA like a while back. I saw her
yep,
when she first came back from this injury. She's had so much work done. She looked
yeah,
like a completely different person when she entered this ring today.
yeah,
I was like, am I sure that's Cora Jade? Like it doesn't
yeah.
even look like her anymore.
And let's say the speaking like off topic here, which is back on topic, is the parts in the ring with Julia and Bailey were absolutely phenomenal.
Also, the issue I had with Bailey was she was there too much to help put them over. Like a lot of her
Yeah,
spots were just her taking something big that those wrestlers weren't capable of doing and her helping them get that move done
like
on
the
her.
like getting the two pop rocks on her.
Yeah, exactly. So it was
Yeah,
like it that kind of gave me that feeling, but like we know no none of those people are beating Julia.
no,
And we've finally, to me, this was the full potential of Julia so far in NXT. Like
yeah.
this was her hitting the stride to the maximum of her ability. She was so good in this
She
match.
even did the Donna Del Mondo pose at the end when she did the pin and like
Roxanne was so good in this match.
yeah.
Bailey was really good in this match.
Booker T was not.
Yeah, Booker T was weird, man.
It's
Look at her, it's me,
like
Grover.
when
He's like a
Vakor does
Muppet.
that when he does the head between when she does the head between the knees and she pounds the head and Booker's like "Arr!" It's like he's like making a mess of himself in his pants or something.
It's I don't know. It's weird to me. It's just a weird situation. I think that
If
this
they
was a
move with
really good
just Vic
match.
Joseph and Corey Graves, I'd like that.
I mean, I don't really care about Booker T anymore. I've learned to just get over it. And
Yeah,
without him being just those two on commentary, it kind of makes it better because I don't have to listen to. I focus less on Booker
yeah.
T. But Corey Graves doesn't talk a lot.
No. He'll come in with a little color commentary every now and then, but yeah. But I mean, all in all, the matches were fine. It wasn't a bad card. We did get a match of the tag team match of the year candidate on this.
Listen, I'm gonna say this right now. Zero of these matches were bad. There
Yeah.
were elements of it that I didn't like the two Eddie Thorpe match and the Ethan Page match
Yep.
wasn't the type of thing that I specifically want to watch, which is why I said that. But
Yeah.
they were still
It wasn't
fine
offensive.
matches. The first match, I mean, I think the performance by Fallon Henley was awful, but it wasn't
Yeah.
necessarily it
Bad.
wasn't like a 0-star match.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Yeah.
Stephanie Vacour was excellent.
She always is though.
It's just you're putting wrestlers that are not in the same category together, and
Yeah.
that's what made Cora Jade look bad. Putting her in a ring with three people in a different complete division than her,
Yeah. Different category.
it doesn't do anything to make her look good,
Yeah.
which is a strange reason to have her in that match when you could have picked Sol Ruka or Maddie
Yeah.
Renkowski
Well,
or
now
whatever her
Sol
name
Ruka,
is.
she's doing a comedy gimmick with Zaria.
You could have had Zarya in this match. You could have had what's her name? I said Maddie Renkowski, Ren Sinclair.
Ren Sinclair, yeah. You're doing nothing with her right now. Throw her in that. You know what? Give me Ren Sinclair versus Stephanie Vecker for the next.
That's what I'm saying. And the good part about her is she's such a well-rounded wrestler at this point from being around for so long.
Yeah.
She can just sell for you. She can Chelsea Green for you for a whole match, and you
Yeah.
don't need her to win.
No.
Rather than have someone who can't take spots for you as your fourth person or your
Yeah.
secondary person,
Like I think Jesse Jane would have been much better as the champ in that match than Fallon Henley would have been.
Oh yeah, for sure. She would also have been a
Yeah.
way better fourth person. Gigi Dolan would have been a way better fourth person
Yeah.
in the main event.
Yeah. But it
I don't
is
know.
what it is. I mean, this was okay. I gave this a 7
Ilani
2.
Jordan could have been there.
Yeah, she was there in the crowd.
Yeah, that counts.
Yeah. So,
Go drop a
yeah,
score.
7-2.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give this a 7.5.
Okay.
I think if you're going for raw entertainment value, I mean, mind you, we are watching this without commercials.
Yes.
If you had to have this with all the commercials and the cut
Yeah.
DS and not being able to skip matches, I mean, I might go a bit lower,
Okay.
but I think it's a generally entertaining
Yeah, you know
event.
what? You know what? Then I'll up it. I'll give it a 7-4. I think that seems a little bit more fair.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
It's not. It's certainly not the worst NXT thing
No,
we've seen.
it's definitely watchable.
Yeah.
So, with that out of the way, guys, thanks again for joining us. No events next week. Campo is out of town, so there will be no videos next week. I'm going to take a week off. I'm probably not going to feel very well, so I'm going to take a week off, get some rest. So, with that out of the way, guys, thanks again for joining us. With that out of the way, goodbye. In the words of Kenny Omega, I should say goodbye and good night.